to another edition of Newly Listed. My name is Phillip Shum. I'm the Director of Listings Development here in Toronto, Canada with the CSE. I am here today with Jeff Stevens, who is the CEO of Psyched Wellness. Ticker symbol is PSYC. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Phil. It's a pleasure to be here, and obviously a pleasure to represent Psyched Wellness as a newly listed company on the CSE. It's a great opportunity for us.
Well, let's get right into it. Tell us a bit about the company and what you guys do.
Yeah, sure. So Psyched Wellness is a Canadian-based life sciences company, and the focus of the company really is to work with the functional mushrooms, and specifically mushrooms that have psychedelic qualities to them. What we initially did was really focus on building the platform, and by that I mean the team. We've got a fantastic team at the management level, board level, and advisory level. So we really look at having sort of the four legs of the stool before we went into market. We are taking a different approach, I think, from some of our peers in the space, in that we are not going the full sort of medical clinical route. The approach that we are taking is to work with legal compounds and build up our product base and our brand. And then as the great work that some of the other companies like MAPS and Compass Pathways, MindMed are doing to help destigmatize and get legislation on side with these various compounds for helping people with mental health and wellness. While that happens, we're in the background and we're working with legal compounds, putting product on shelves and providing those solutions to consumers. So that's really sort of the focus of the company at a high level. We wanted to be positioned with a publicly trading platform where we could use that as currency if opportunities came up, whether the growth come organically or through M&A. And that was one of the reasons that we looked at the CSE for a listing platform.
Yeah, well, we appreciate your patronage, but tell us maybe a bit more about why you guys did choose to go public. Why stay private? Why not stay private instead?
Yeah, it's a great question. When you look at the team that put the company together, we're sort of derived from the capital markets world. We've got portfolio managers, we've got institutional sales, myself, both institutional sales and more recently on the issuer side, and then some dealers that were sort of instrumental in putting this together. And so obviously the capital markets and the public markets is the playground that we're comfortable in. And we recognize to build a brand and to build a consumer packaged goods company, it requires a lot of capital, and there's no better place in Canada to raise capital than to be listed on one of our junior exchanges, specifically the CSE.
Oh, great. Thank you. So as we, start to learn more about your company and stuff like this, tell us a bit more about the management team and some of those bios behind them.
Sure. So myself, Jeff Stevens, I'm the CEO and director. I spent 18 plus years in Canadian capital markets in various capacities, from sales, trading. I ran a couple sales desks. In the last 5 years, I've been on the issuer side, working with private companies, structuring them, raising money, taking them public. So Psyched Wellness will be the fourth company that I've been involved with going public in the last 5-6 years.
Good stuff.
And so lots of, this is our passion. This is what we like to do. We're very entrepreneurial spirited. My COO is a gentleman by the name of David Shizzle. He's based in Tel Aviv. He's a lawyer by training. He's worked in the cannabis industry for the past 5 years on the R&D side and the product side. Mm-hmm. And so he's working very closely with myself and some of our advisors and board members as we move, both the corporate agenda being raising money, getting the company public, and the operational side with R&D of our products and moving towards getting a product on the shelves. So that's our core management team. Keith Lee is our CFO, mm-hmm. who works with us. He's a very experienced public markets CFO. Mm-hmm. But I think what's really exciting about what we've done is we put together what I believe to be a best-in-class board and advisory board. And mm-hmm. just to highlight a couple of those names for your listeners, we've got Michael Niederhoff, who's the chairman of our board. Mm-hmm. Mike is a fantastic consumers packaged goods experienced professional. He's currently the president of Jewel Labs Canada. He was one of the first 10 employees with Red Bull Canada, taking it from sort of zero to hero. And his Rolodex in the consumer packaged good is just unparalleled. So to have him as a mentor that we can lean on as we're going through the branding and the distribution side is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Also with Mike, we've got Nick Kaddish, who joins us from Jewel Labs as well. Nick is head of their corporate affairs and government relations. So as we're moving forward with all of our product R&D, Nick has been involved with David Shizzle as we make sure that everything we're doing is going to line up with our needs when we file, our applications to Health Canada for a new dietary, for the natural health product number, and then with FDA for a new dietary ingredient. So those are key players. Obviously, we also have Terry Booth, who is a founder of Aurora Cannabis. Terry's been a phenomenal asset for us because, obviously, as one of the pioneers in the cannabis space, he's able to give us a lot of knowledge and wisdom on mistakes that were made as a new industry was being formed and companies were breaking into it. And ideally, we can lean on him and learn from his experience so that we can avoid some of the pitfalls that happened in the cannabis space as the psychedelic space continues to emerge. So that's sort of, sorry, yeah.
That sounds like a rock star team. That's great. I would love to see, or maybe have you explain to some of our viewers in terms of, once you're going to leverage these individuals and their great backgrounds, but what's going to differentiate you from the rest of the crowd there in terms of some of the other psychedelic companies that are out there?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. There's two additions on our advisory board that I'd like to bring up just because I think they're pretty key, and that would be Professor David Nutt. So Professor Nutt is a professor at the Imperial College UK. He is the head of the chief scientist of the scientific board for Compass Pathways. So he's a very, very well respected in this industry. And the reason we were able to attract him to Psyched Wellness was because the mushroom that we're working with is called Amanita muscaria. And it's a very understudied mushroom. It's probably most recognized mushroom in the world. It's probably the mushroom emoji on your phone. It's red and white cat.
Yes, okay.
It's the mushroom from Super Mario Brothers.
That's right.
But it's been mislabeled as a poisonous mushroom, and as a result of that, it didn't ever really receive the same type of recreational use that you have with a psilocybin magic mushroom. And as a result of that, it was never classified as a drug, which is the opportunity for us. So when we told him we were working on that mushroom, he was really excited to get involved, and he's been helping tremendously as, working with our CRO as we're moving through the R&D. In addition, we have Dr. Dawn DeTuna, who's a clinical therapist here in Toronto. She's done some studies with Compass Pathways as well, and she's currently doing a phase 2 clinical trial with the University of Toronto on psilocybin. So we've got a very strong science team backing awesome. our sort of go-to-market team, if you will. So we're really, as I said, the whole idea of having the four stools, the four legs of the stool as we build this. But you asked a great question: what differentiates us from other players in the space? And I think the key to that is we're really focused on bringing a product to market that's legal. And that's how we ended up with Amanita muscaria. We wanted to get involved in the health and wellness space, obviously, and also in the psychedelic space. And when you look at some of the compounds that exist, there are many compounds that exist that are not currently classified as a drug because they never had that critical mass of use or acceptance. And although they've been used for centuries, as in the case of Amanita, they've been used by indigenous groups, Siberian shamans. It's even said that the Vikings ate Amanita muscaria prior to going into battle. So there's a long history of human use and consumption. However, there's a long history of human use and consumption of Amanita muscaria. However, in recent times, it has not had that. So our opportunity is a bit of an Amanita muscaria is not poisonous. There's an active compound that can be derived through the extraction process called muscimol that will provide a very calming and relaxing effect. Anecdotally, that's what it's said to do. So that'll be our first product in the health and wellness side. In addition to that, it's also there's anecdotal experience where this can, on a higher dosage, provide that psychedelic experience. And so that's what we're in the process of doing right now, Phil, is doing our clinical studies with our CRO, where we'll then have that data where we can apply to, as I said, the FDA for a new dietary ingredient and Health Canada for a natural health product. And the goal of having products on the shelves that can help Canadians, North Americans, and globally, really, because this product is legal everywhere, with those needs.
That's a great answer. Thank you. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to our viewers about Psyched Wellness?
Well, I think one of the key things to look at is, given the depth of the team that we have, we will not just be a one. We will look to grow, whether it be organically, and we're looking at some other alternatives for Amanita on the research side, but
Okay.
also through M&A. So, I think the industry itself is just beginning. I think there's some fantastic work that has been done historically by the grassroots groups for the last couple of decades. And then also what's happening now, as you see the bigger money come into the sector, you see the big clinical trials happening. All of that goes towards destigmatizing, psychedelics. And when you see the mainstream media come to that, I think that is the big. And for us, we really want to be positioned so that as decriminalization and legislation changes and things become legal, we've got the platform, we've got the brand, and we've got the currency, being a public company, to, as I said, organically or through acquisition, bolt on more exciting pieces to the story and really provide a full suite of products to consumers.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Thanks very much. So I just want to say that once again, I'm here with Jeff Stevens, who's CEO and director of Psyched Wellness. Ticker symbol is PSYC. It's Phillip Shum here as the listings director for the CSE in Toronto, Canada. Once again, thank you very much. And for other types of similar videos to this, please feel free to subscribe to CSE TV or any other channel that you're watching this on as well. We constantly come up with new content and get to hear great stories such as Psyched Wellness. Thanks again, Jeff, and appreciate your time.
My pleasure, and thank you, Phil. Have a great day.